I'll tell you what, I'm starting to feel like I'm in a Indiana Jones movie here. The Temple of the Maya. This stuff is not creepy. It's amazing to think how well these things are done and still well preserved today. It seems like these were made like maybe 20 years ago and they're 1300 years old. Now here's a raw rock of jade. So if you cut into it there, I don't know how well you can see it, but it is like a lime green jade color there. And as it, right here, it's got a nice shade of green. It's looking more white on camera here because of the lighting. This is something you really do got to see yourself, though. It's pretty awesome. One thing I want to point out is when you first come into the Maya exhibit, there's an app that you can install on your phone. They'll show you where to go to do that. And you can listen. It's like a video tour, a recording tour. So as you go around, they explain everything that's going on in the different exhibits. I wasn't going to do that today because I'm filming, and I just wanted to make sure that I'm able to give everybody a good view of what they have down here at this exhibit. Sounds like that would be something really awesome to do, though. Here's an interesting stone tablet. Man. Some of the sculptures that they have done for being that long ago, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. And I notice, as we talked about before, a lot of the ones that have the big headdresses and everything, these were people of great importance, whether being a god, a king. Here is a sculpture of a very popular Maya queen. Let's see if we can find any jaguar stuff. I don't know. Okay, so this, what I'm about to show you here, is a stela, a depicting of a Maya queen trampling a captive. Her name is Lady Six Sky, or Zik Wak Jam Chan Ajal, however you say that. She was the most important queen of the Maya. She was daughter of this king here, and she arrived to the Ranho in 682 to create a new line after a series of wars. And this particular stela shows the warrior queen as the young moon goddess wearing a jade adorned skirt and trampling a captive. So as you can see here, she's standing on top of this poor soul right here. There's his face. She was one of great importance. Again, has a big headdress on her there. It's a depiction of power. Here we come up on some sculptures here. Pretty cool. Okay, so I was just talking to one of the Maya exhibit tour guides, and she had something very interesting to say. Out of the 32 different languages that they had in the Yucatan Peninsula, well over 1,000 years ago, only 3 of them were depicted as the Mayan language. The rest of them are all considered the Maya language. So it is the same thing when you hear Mayan ruins or Maya ruins. It's the same thing. It's just most of their culture preferred Maya because that's how most of them pronounced it. Seems like it would be a good versus video. This giant stone right here is a stela that basically depicted new themes from old themes. Out with the old, in with the new. The Great Collapse, the end of an era. This is where it seemed like a lot of it all ended. The end of the great era of their enormous civilization was around 800. Climate change brought long periods of drought. Farmers could no longer irrigate their crops, and the population, once so well nourished, began to starve. It does go on to say in that they did migrate. They moved to more fertile lands. They didn't just sit there and all die. They migrated to different areas of the lands where they could build more crops, build more houses, build their economy back up. I wanted to show this awesome image here, almost like a 3D image here. This giant temple. Here's something interesting. University of Cincinnati discoveries of the Maya. I'm not going to go through them all here, but there's a lot of archaeologists and stuff that have been all over the world that have particularly gone down to where the Maya originated, down in Mesoamerica. That's pretty interesting. A lot of hometown scholars. Here's some different photos, some of the things they did down in the Mayan ruins. Maya ruins. This is an area right here describing the different types of farming and the different crops that they grew. It's pretty interesting. Unfortunately, I'm not able to talk about everything in this video. This would be a 5-6 hour video, but I'll tell you what, if you're ever in Cincinnati, you need to come check out some of the exhibits they have down here. They're always top notch. Now this is cool. As we pass the different farming information, the things they grew, they actually have some of the clothing that they would have worn back then. Okay, so this is actually from Guatemala. I thought this looked a little modern, but this is a Guatemalan coat from 1988. So that's pretty recent. Okay, so this is more the Guatemalan influence of the Maya area that we've been talking about through this whole exhibit. All this is a lot of stuff that they've done more recently and how they've built their culture back up and how they're doing some really amazing things. Here's an interesting drum that the Guatemalans created here. This was 1950, not too long ago. I'm going to show this Guatemala decoration outfit here. See here, there's some significance with this this head on top here. A lot of ancient Maya tablets have that horse head. Actually, from this view, this kind of looks more like a deer. I don't know, they really haven't gone over this. We may have to do some research on this later. It could be that they just don't know. Here's some Guatemalan 20th century mask here. Let's see if I can get a good look here. Guy sticking his tongue out. This guy must have been a partier. This is interesting. Different, doesn't say what they were for, but I assume maybe some kind of party. Everybody wear their mask. Some kind of Halloween. I don't know. I do know that the Maya population of today really does some cool clothing. This quilt. I guess it's like a quilt dress type thing. I mean, this is amazing. At the end of the modern era here, the Maya in your world. The Maya thank you for visiting. They are proud to share their story with you, and they hope you will remember their world when you return to your own. Let us rise up as one. Let us all be called. Let there be neither one nor two of us left behind. Here in this video here, they're making some kind of dessert here. This is milk chocolate, some kind of raisin on top of it. Folding it into a leaf. I don't know, I saw that chocolate and I was like, I better film this. When they cook it. Okay, so I was talking about those masks over there. The use of the masks by contemporary Maya is an ancient legacy. Maya kings once danced in sacred masks that represented the all-powerful deities of the classic period. Today, masks continue to play an important role in many dances that the Maya performed during village celebrations and to honor the saints. Too cool. Awesome day. Had a great time. Seeing all that stuff from 12, 13, 14, even 1500 years ago. How they were able to do all the stone work, the stuff with the jade. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give me a big like, subscribe down below. This exhibit is absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend it. And with all that being said, I'm out. And remember, the adventure is out there.